Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my business page of the same name, Christiana Gaudet. And today is Thursday, which means it is time for our Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. Before we get to that, I do want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, wherever you happen to be. We can take care of that, and I've got time over tomorrow and the weekend. Let me say hi to some people coming into the room. So nice to see you all here. Karen, Teresa, Christina, Donna, Jeanette, Neil, happy to see you all here. Okay, so today we are doing our Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. And for those of you who are watching in archive, either on Facebook or YouTube, or on my website, tarotbychristiana.com. Thank you so much for being here. So today, every Thursday, we talk about the newsletter. The newsletter comes out on Wednesday. You get it in your inbox. If you've not seen it, you can read it right here on my Facebook page. You can also go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com. Just hit the button for newsletter. You can read the newsletter. You can also subscribe. So this week's topic, listening for truth. It's about intuition. It's about how we all have intuition. And you've heard the old adage, right? You should always trust your intuition. But no one ever tells you how to hear your intuition, what your intuition is really saying. And it's very hard, I think, for people to understand the difference between their intuition and the voice of fear, the voice of anxiety, the voice of desire, the voice that is shaped from your own world view. And so today, we're going to be doing readings about intuition. If you're interested how you specifically and individually can increase your own intuition, ask that question. If there is something that you have been feeling and are wondering if it's true, go ahead and ask that question. So questions about intuition. So if you have a more specific question, that's for Saturday. On Saturday, we do the Saturday Psychic Sampler, and I will answer whatever question you got. But this question on today, every Thursday, it's going to be about the newsletter, and today it's about intuition. So if you have a question, you're going to have to phrase it either, this is what my intuition is telling me, is it true? Or something about developing your own intuition. That's what we're doing here. Let me say hi to Martha, to Kristen, to Kathy, to Jeanette. So Teresa, here we go. Is it my intuition or my ego that tells me it's time to leave my relationship and move on? Very well worded for today's exercise. And let's see. I don't think it's your ego. And I think you know it's going to be tough. Either way, it's tough. You know, if you stay, it's tough. If you go, it's tough. But I do think you have an intuitive sense about this, and I think you're correct. And you know what, folks? While I've got you here, I want to remind you, we're doing a tarot meetup on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tonight. We'll be there for an hour. I would love to see you there. Okay. Karen, how can I improve my listening to my intuition? Very good question. And the answer is you have to get you have so many things that you're concerned about, so many people that you love and are worried about, past, present, future, all of it in your head. You have to get all of that to take a powder. You have to get all of that, like even consciously, do a meditation where you take all of that and put it in a box and put it over here. And then you can listen. Now that's a good exercise for all of us, but specifically for you, Karen. Now, Kristen, how can I specifically increase my intuition? For you, you have to be more still. Whether it's you actually always going places and doing things, or whether it's your mind always being active, you have to learn to be more still. And you are one who might do very well to look at how what you are eating, drinking, ingesting helps or hurts your intuition. Okay, Denise, how can I develop my intuition? Okay, Denise, you are very intuitive already. You are very, very good at it. You just need to listen more. Maybe listen to what you get, write it down, and think about it later. But you already have a lot of good stuff going on here. Okay, hey, Kim, nice to see you. It was nice to see you in class last night. Denise, it was nice to see you in class last night. Thanks so much for being here. I would like to know how I can develop my intuition. I usually use logic to talk myself out of it. Right. And the thing is, listen to what you get and recognize, that sometimes the logical mind will say that's not possible when in fact it does turn out to be possible. But there are times that logic is important. So for you, Kim, it's figuring out where and how logic will help you. Whether or how logic will help you. And I feel like for you, Kim, it's really just breathing with it and recognizing that sometimes true things are not logical and sometimes they are. Okay, Donna, I have an unsure intuitive feeling about work. So I feel like your intuitive feeling is that everything's going to go to hell there or things aren't going to go well. But I'm not sure that that's really true. Things may go better than you think, honestly. Diana, I feel like my intuition is saying I'm on the right path, but there's no actual discernible progress happening. What's going on? Are you indeed on the right path? You are. You really are. It's just taking time. The energy is moving. You can't see the progress, but please be patient. Diana, you are indeed on the right path. Neil, are the dreams I have at night an indication of things to come in the future? Not in a way that would be upsetting or make you anxious. They may be, I think you're having a lot of different kinds of dreams, and some of them may actually be helping you work out some problems. But I also think there are some that could be very anxiety producing. And those would not, I think, be indicative of what is coming in the future. And I think some of them may be symbolic. Some of them may be symbolic rather than literal. So think about that. Lori, nice to see you. Christina, how can I develop my intuition? For you, Christina, you need to meditate and do yoga. And very specifically, do yoga. I think that would really help you. Shelley, is my intuition telling me my late boyfriend is playing the game, or is it my wishful thinking? So is it really him or is it not? I think it really is him. And Diana says, I have a hard time trusting my intuition when there is no visible progress. I understand that. Oh gosh, I understand that. And I think we can all empathize with that. But it is what we must do. Jeannie, my intuition is telling me to strip my Stories Within Tarot website, which I've ignored for a few years, and start over again with a much simpler format. Is that truly intuition? Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Martha, rephrased, you're so good. Is it my anxiety or my intuition that is making me think my church will ask me to move next year? Well done. Well done. Okay. I mean, I think right now, because of COVID, because of things going on in the Methodist Church, for a lot of reasons, it is probably good, Martha, to be prepared for anything because there is so much unsurety right now. And you're right to be prepared for anything. But I also think it's your anxiety. And I have to say that if indeed there is a move, it would be a good one. So don't worry, it's going to be okay. And if I had to guess, do I think you're going to be asked to move? I'm going to say no, not yet. That's my guess. Okay. Lori Hahn, how can I develop my intuition? Lori, I feel like there is just so much noise, and it's not coming from you, it's coming from your responsibilities. You would have to find a way to you have to do really the same thing that Karen Winkle has to do, and take all of your anxieties and responsibilities and put them in a box, and then you'll be able to think clearly and hear clearly. And Lisa Bruno, Mazzone, if you have a question, go ahead and ask your question. And likewise, Taylor and anyone else who has just come in to ask for a card or a reading, this is Thursday. We're doing our Tarot Topics newsletter recap. The topic is intuition. So if you want a reading, it's got to be about developing your intuition or some intuition you're having, checking in whether it is indeed the voice of intuition or rather anxiety, ego, or desire. That's what we're doing here today. Okay, Uma Elizabeth. Would love to hear how you see my intuitive development going this year. Would love a point of focus to practice with. What a good question, my psychic daughter. Uma Elizabeth is my psychic daughter. She is. All right. Okay, so your point of focus is going to be the heart chakra. To work on breathing and working with the heart chakra as a way of understanding intuitively what other people are going through. And this is specific to your own profession as a reader. And when we look at your intuitive development, yoga, and you are a yoga teacher, so do yoga. Yoga will help. So yoga and working on the heart center. And the thing is, the way your energy level works, when you do readings, your intuition is very well engaged, but you find it very draining. And so you may find this feeling kind of counterintuitive when I'm saying lead with your heart and intuition, because that could make it even more draining. But learn how to be present with your heart, but nonetheless protected. That's what you need to be working on this year. Okay, Kathy. Does my anxiety or fear cause me to ignore my intuition or talk myself out of things? What a great question. Heck yeah, it does. Yes, it does. And you need to find a way to get to that place of detachment, to get away from your anxiety, because it is messing with you, my friend. You are 100% right. And I think you probably didn't need me to tell you that. I think you knew it. Okay. And thanks everyone for the feedback. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Joe, my anxiety level has gone sky high, Joe Jackson, not sure why. So that's, of course, getting in the way of your intuition, and it has everything to do with the world, right? The world is like at this really crazy level right now, and so this is true for all of us. We are picking up so much just from the planet. and whatever our worldview is in dealing with the planet. And so we have to learn. We want to be informed. We want to do what we can to help others and make things better, but we also have to be very psychically shielded. Jennifer Journeys, nice to see you. Well, thank you for being excited for my next class. I do have some goodies coming up. We've got a tarot meetup tonight, 7 p.m. on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. On the 24th, Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we are doing a 90-minute free class using the major arcana in a grand tableau spread. That's on YouTube, Christiana Gaudet. And then my next premium class on the 27th, Tuesday, 27th of October, 7 p.m., Tarot Beyond the Veil, using tarot in mediumship. Be there or be square, my friends. Okay, so I believe I have come to the end of the questions that I see. If I missed your question, Anita says, I want to hear about psychic shielding. Yeah, I can talk more about that. I absolutely will. If I missed your question, or if you haven't asked and you want to ask, by all means, please do. So psychic shielding. Here's my thing. Everyone has their own way of doing it. I do this thing that is like a fountain, where I start in the root chakra and I send energy from the root chakra down my legs into the earth. I feel the earth. Bring that energy up, breathe it all the way up to the crown, and then coming out of the crown like a fountain in all directions, down, back into the earth and cycling through. So for me, my shielding is always cycling. It's always going through the earth and through me. It keeps me energized. It keeps me protected. Do try this at home, especially now in these difficult times. Taylor, was it my intuition that led me to the discovery of a more in-depth level of my spirituality this morning? Was that actually deeper enlightenment for me? And the answer is the beginning. You know, the thing is, on the journey to enlightenment, we get these insights and we're like, oh my gosh, that's huge. But then we realize that's just another rung on the ladder. And so, yes, enjoy it, but then you're still back into it, getting to the next level. So the questions that I'm fielding today are only questions about intuition, developing or confirming or denying your intuition. If anyone else has a question, speak now. If I accidentally missed your question, please reiterate. And let me remind you again to join us on my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tonight. We're there for an hour. It's our YouTube Tarot Meetup. We share readings. We learn some stuff about tarot. It is a lot of fun. Excuse me. It is free. So I hope you'll be there. And I hope you'll sign up for our free class on the 24th and our premium class on the 27th. I'm very excited about that. And I do want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, you name it, we can do it. I've got openings tomorrow and over the course of the weekend. So do feel free to reach out to me. And again, oh, Anita says my shields are like electromagnetism. Oh, I like that. That's cool. This is our newsletter recap, and that's meant to encourage you to sign up for our newsletter. You can do that. You can read the newsletter. You can sign up for the newsletter, Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter. It comes into your inbox every Wednesday. All you have to do is go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, and hit the button for newsletter. You can also hit the button there for events to sign up for what's coming up. And you can even make an appointment with me directly on my website. Friends, I want to thank you all so much for being here. I will be back here tomorrow with the Friday weekly wrap-up, and then Saturday, save your specific questions, because Saturday I will be here with the Saturday Psychic Sampler, and that's where I will take your specific questions about your love life, your job, anything at all. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you.